There's a new report out that Biden is quick to anger inside of the White House and often yells at aides. I'll give you the rundown of the report real quick, then I'll give you my take on it and you can let me know what you think. So the report comes from former and current Biden aides who told Axios that the 80-year-old has hurled insults such as, "How the F don't you know this? Don't effing BS me, and get the F out of here." Keep in mind, we did just find a bag of cocaine on the White House grounds. Some said that they are so fearful of the president's wrath that they bring along colleagues to meetings as a kind of shield against Biden's paint-stripping language. Quote, "No one is safe. Not even senior aides." You may recall that Biden actually lashed out at someone at an NBC town hall event. Here's that clip.
Access to the president, just like he did.
You're a damn liar, man. That's not true. And no one has ever said that? No one has proved that?
A minute later, he would snap at the guy once again.
You said I set up my son to work in an oil company. Isn't that what you said? Get your words straight, Jack.
That exchange was from Biden's 2020 campaign, and it was over whether or not his son Hunter had done anything wrong. And of course, about a week ago, we learned that Hunter pled guilty to federal gun and tax charges, and we got leaked text messages where he is shaking down a Chinese businessman associated with the CCP for millions of dollars, threatening to use his father's influence against him if he doesn't. The report goes on to say that the commander-in-chief will also angrily question West Wing staffers in an attempt to stump them, prodding them to brief him on topics in a conversational way that some have dubbed, quote, "speaking Biden." Jeff Connaughton, a former Biden campaign aide, called the now president a, quote, "egomaniacal autocrat who was determined to manage his staff through fear." So what do I think of all this? To be honest, I kind of hope it's true, because here's Biden from London today. He always just looks so frail and confused and lost that it's almost reassuring to hear that he has some fire at times. We also just saw him randomly get up and walk off the set during a live show on MSNBC. So the idea that this man is trying to stump aides at the White House with tough questions almost feels impossible to believe, to be honest. That's not even a partisan point. Newsweek just ran the headline that RFK Jr. has surprising support among Joe Biden supporters. And yeah, 30% of Joe Biden voters now are supporting RFK Jr. in the Democratic primaries. Now, if you've been following this channel, you know one of my guilty pleasures is looking at the reactions to these stories on Twitter. So let's see what people have to say about this. The first reply says, "Number 5 on the list," and it's an article of the 10 early warning signs of dementia you shouldn't ignore. And number 5 indeed is personality changes. A loved one who begins acting unusually anxious, confused, fearful, or suspicious, or becomes upset easily and seems depressed is a cause for concern. Lowski writes, "Why is this a surprise to anyone after watching his outbursts on the campaign? Every meet and greet is a powder keg." And yeah, we actually took a look at some of that in this video. Farmer's Daughter writes, "Everyone knows they are throwing him under the bus to rush in creepy, sleazy Gavin Newsom." So a conspiracy theory here, and I would say get your tinfoil hats out. However, it does seem clear a lot of people are turning on Joe Biden, and Gavin is signaling that he wants to run for president. I thought this was an interesting report that shed some light on what goes on behind closed doors at the White House. I hope you enjoyed it. This channel is now hovering around 500 subscribers, so I want to say thank you all so much for the support. To catch more digestible news bits like this one, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel, and I will keep the content coming. My name's Ryan, this is NewsRye. I'll see you in the next one.